What's up everyone, welcome to Campbell's Coins. I am very excited to bring this topic to you today. It's a topic that's also very contested. Today we're going to go over fractional gold, its benefits and its downsides. Now some of you may know I am not a fan of fractional silver. However, I am a huge fan of fractional gold. And in a moment I'm going to go over why I feel fractional gold is such a good buy and what size of fractional gold I think is best to stack. Coming up. Before I get into anything, let's check out my disclaimer.
The information in this episode has been carefully compiled from sources believed to be reliable, but the accuracy of the information is not guaranteed. I am not a licensed financial analyst. I am a precious metal strategist. This episode is not intended as investment advice. The opinions expressed are mine and mine alone. I cannot guarantee any silver or gold products you purchase will rise in value. You should be aware that prices will fluctuate and may go down as well as up. Strategies mentioned in this episode may not be suitable for you. Past performance is not an indication of future profits. The decision of how to allocate is strictly up to you and/or your financial advisor.
I think before we get started, we have to define what fractional gold is. In my eyes, and for the purposes of this video, fractional gold is anything under 1 ounce. With size difference comes a premium difference. A 1 ounce American gold eagle will have a lower premium than the price of 10 1/10 of an ounce American gold eagles. Fractional gold will have higher premiums over the 1 ounce version. Just like buying in bulk from Costco. The 1 ounce gold piece over the fractional version is your better buy. People say that they can only afford fractional gold. No, that's not true. You can save up and buy that 1 ounce at a later time. I don't personally live by this, and I don't expect others to live this way. But people really need to stop saying that you can't afford a full ounce, because you really can. Let's get back to the price. If you shop around and you know where to look, it's easy to get fractional gold at spot pricing or just a little over spot pricing. So there isn't always a huge premium. However, if you're buying from an online store like APMEX or JM Bullion or any of the other half dozen ones out there, expect that premium to exist on popular coins. Occasionally you can find deals on their sites where they are selling foreign gold coins or commemorative gold coins for a few dollars over spot. This doesn't always happen, but it does happen. I shop on Instagram and I have found a lot of fractional gold deals for melt and most of the time just a few dollars over melt on really popular coins like the Canadian Maple Leaf and the American Gold Eagle. The lower the premium you can get on any item will be more helpful for you in the future. It costs more to own fractional gold, so why own it? Fractional gold has a lot of benefits. You're not tying so much money into one coin or one design by buying fractional gold. Today is February 25th, 2020, and the gold spot price for 1 ounce is $1,645. That is a lot of money to put into one coin or bar. I personally like variety, and buying fractional gold allows one to get a variety of coins and bars across private mints and public mints. Additionally, not all of your funds are tied up. If you had to sell to pay off some sort of bill, you can just sell one item. This right here is a 1/4 ounce polar bear from Canada. Let's say I had 4 of these and I wanted to, alright, come on camera, come on, focus, there you go, and I wanted to sell one of these to pay off, let's say, repair on a car. I can turn around and sell this and still have my 3 other pieces. So I just wanted to point out one thing. This is 1 ounce of gold. It's a pamp bar. You can see on the back. 1 ounce fine gold. For the price of this, I can get this 1/10 of an ounce kookaburra. I can get this 1/4 ounce polar bear. I can get this Swiss round, which is, I think, 1/4 ounce as well. Is it focusing? I don't think it's focusing on that. I can get this 1/10 of an ounce Family of Eagles coin. I can get this Indian quarter eagle. I can get these 2 peso coins. This is from the Mexican Mint. And I can get a 1/10 of an ounce American Gold Eagles. And I'm sure there's more. I don't think all that adds up to 1,645, but you kind of get my point. I can get a variety of things that I personally might like more than just tying all of my money up into one item. Now this pamp is gorgeous. I love the proof finish on it. But I don't know, I'm just a variety guy. I like to have different things, and it's nice to look at my stack and, all right, come on, let's focus, camera. It's nice to see all the different designs that are out there and appreciate the different things that are out in the world. This right here is a $5 pre-33 gold piece. This is, I would say AU or cleaned, more likely cleaned, but it's a 1892. And I got this for melt. A lot of these coins that you see here, including some of the bars, I got for melt. And everything but the $20 Liberty in the background, I purchased off Instagram. So there are deals that could be had out there. You don't have to always go with an online dealer. I know that there are pitfalls when it comes to buying from people online, but it's who you know and who you can trust. Now, if I can afford all of these in their 1 ounce version, I would get them, but not everything has a 1 ounce version. This 2020 Gold Kookaburra is a prime example. I'm about to drop it. They only produced this coin in the 1/10 of an ounce version. They may come out with a 1 ounce version in the future, but for right now, this is what we have. Let's say you see a dip in the market. You don't have to have the money to buy a full ounce. Fractional Gold allows one to jump into the market without having to come up with the funds for a larger item. Fractional Gold is not always the best choice though, because of the premiums. But if you had to, it allows you to buy gold and to buy it on a budget. And if you're certain the price of gold will rise in the future, then it really isn't that bad of a purchase and you shouldn't care about the premiums. When it comes to having money in a savings account or having a precious metal like gold or silver, I'm going to be putting my money in precious metals so my money works for me instead of working for the bank. The premium really shouldn't be a factor if you're buying for the long term. You're protecting your currency. That being said, you should only buy based on what your budget allows you to buy. Never overextend yourself or go into debt to buy precious metals. Certain fractional gold coins are highly collectible. Low mintage coins like the 2008 1/4 ounce Buffalo or the 2019 1/2 ounce reverse proof Libertad are extremely desirable. These collectible coins sell for a very high premium than the standard premium on fractional gold, and they often keep climbing higher in value. So if you were to collect these, you could see a huge upside when you go to flip them. Fractional gold also makes for a great gift. Whether it's graduation, Christmas, birthday, bar mitzvah, what have you, fractional gold is great. One isn't putting a huge amount on 1 ounce, and it shows the person you're giving the gift to, you really care about their future. Plus, if they currently aren't a stacker, they may catch the gold bug and begin to stack based on the gift that you got them. I remember when I purchased my first gold piece and held it in my hand. Finally, one of the biggest benefits of fractional gold and where it shines best is its liquidity. If you need the money, fractional gold is incredibly easy to offload. I buy and sell off Instagram. I can sell 1 gram to 1/10 of an ounce of gold in the same day, all day long, and I can get the price that I want. Trying to offload a full ounce of gold is doable, but it will take you longer to sell depending upon the premium you have on it, and the pool of buyers able to pony up the cash for it shrinks considerably. Imagine saving up for a full ounce and for some crappy reason you have to sell it. Only you're not able to find a buyer because there aren't a lot of buyers who can swing that high price. That would really put you in a pickle. If you go to a shop to sell, have the understanding that you might not like the price they offer you. Fractional gold really shines here, and unless the price of gold craters, you're typically able to get what you bought it for plus some. All of that being said, there are some downsides to fractional gold, the biggest being something we already touched on: high premiums and prices. Gold is very expensive, much more so today than it was 20 years ago. Buying fractional gold isn't cheap. The cheapest, most common fractional size is 1 gram. This 1 gram of gold ranges in price and depends on spot pricing. Today's spot price of gold is $1,645. At that spot price, a gram of gold would range from $54 to $80 per gram, depending upon the mint. Not everyone can afford to drop $60 on a tiny 1 gram piece. Plus, it doesn't feel like one is really stacking much because you're receiving such a small item. I bet you didn't even see this 1 gram pamp down here. This thing is tiny. It doesn't even cover the width of my finger. I don't have the largest of hands. It's not that thick. It's very, very thin. I think the cardstock that's holding the assay, this pamp assay, is thicker. On another note, gold isn't as forgiving as silver if the price drops. If you buy at the height of a market point and the price of gold drops afterwards, you'll be out much more money than if you had purchased silver. Some pieces are very collectible, and there are some in a very niche market. If you buy something that another person really isn't into, you might not be able to sell it for the premium that you paid. For instance, I'm not a huge fan of some of the Perth Lunar Series coins. It's just a personal opinion. I have nothing against Perth. In fact, Perth is one of my favorite mints. But I'm not a fan of the Lunar Series coins. I just don't really get into like the year of the horse or year of the snake or year of the rat. I just don't get into that stuff. I wouldn't pay the high premium that those command. If someone offered it to me though for close to spot, it would be hard to turn away because it's a Perth piece, but that's pretty rare. So if I were you, I would avoid picking up fractional gold that falls into a niche market, unless you really like that type of design and that's something that just fits you. But if you're looking to get some gold, hold it, and eventually flip it, then get stuff that is more widely accepted. So what size of fractional gold should you stack? You're gonna hate me, but I'm gonna give you 2 very different answers. The first and the most boring is stack whatever size you can afford. I know, blah blah, blah 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 blah. That being said, the fractional size I feel people should stack is the 1/10 of an ounce size. It's big enough to see and to enjoy the design, but small enough to still be very liquid. Look at this pamp 1 gram on my right. You need a microscope to see it. Of course, I am being facetious, and I really like the PAMP 1 gram, but one is able to enjoy the designs on these much bigger 1/10 of an ounce coins much more. The 1/10 of an ounce is also larger, and one can keep track of it better. 1/10 of an ounce gold pieces is the size I feel one can really start to feel the heft of a coin. When you're buying 1 gram of gold, you don't really feel that heft there. But when you get to like the 1/10 of an ounce coin, I mean, you can really start to feel the weight of that gold. And just another example, this is 1/10 of an ounce Family of Eagles. This is from the Canadian Mint, the Royal Canadian Mint, and that's the Family of Eagles privy down here. And I know that's a little difficult to see, but that's better. But both of these are pure gold. They don't have any other metals mixed in. But just look at the difference in size. A 1/10 of an ounce of gold contains, I think it's 3.11 grams of pure gold. So it would be 2 more of these mixed into that. But you can see the detail, at least in the camera. You can make out the maple leaf. You can read Canada at the top. You can read the 4 nines fine on the left-hand side, fine gold, and then 1/10 of an ounce pure gold on the bottom. So I mean, you can still read it and make out the design. If I held this up, you're kind of like, what are those squiggly lines? What's going on there? You can read the back. Let me see if I can get it in the right light. So it's the PAMP Suisse, 1 gram fine gold, and then 4 nines fine. But I mean, it's extremely tiny. I mean, these are extremely liquid. If I wanted to sell this now, I could easily do it within 5 minutes. 1/10 of an ounce is going to be just as easy, I feel. It's when you get into the higher ounce counts, like a 1/4 ounce. I think that trying to sell off a 1/4 ounce of gold, come on, let's focus, is going to be a little bit more difficult. I think these are the spot price of a 1/4 ounce of gold is $410, something like that, $412. So that's a lot of money for people to drop, but you get a bigger coin. You can definitely feel that gold heft. You can see the thickness there. Let's see, what else is there? You have these 2 pesos from the Mexican Mint. This, come on, stop doing that. There we go. These are extremely small. I think, I don't remember what the gold weight in these were, but even these are bigger than the 1 gram piece. I think these go for like $75, and they might have like 1.5 grams of gold. I apologize for not knowing off the top of my head. I'm sure somebody knows that, but it's not really important. Right here, try to put this back up. Right here, we have another PAMP bar. This is 5 grams. It's a 5 gram fine gold. So this is a little bit more than a 1/10 of an ounce, but a little bit less than a 1/4 ounce. So if you're looking for fractional gold, you don't have to stick with 1/10 of an ounce, 1/4 ounce, 1/2 ounce, stuff like that. You don't have to stick with grams. You can mix and match. If you're going with pre-33 gold, this is 0.24 something. It's a little less than a 1/4 of an ounce of gold, and it contains 90% gold. There's 10% copper in here. I think the melt price on these is like $3.97. These are excellent purchases. I think I got this one for melt a few months back because it's cleaned. I'm going to go with that all day long. Are you kidding me? An 1892 coin, gold, for melt. I mean, would you get this or would you get this for melt? If you had to pick, I would go with this. I mean, I've already done a video on this, so I'm not going to go into it more, but come on, this one has history. This is American gold. This looks nice, but I think this one's out any day of the week. And I'm sorry for that tangent, but getting back to things, the 1/10 of an ounce gold piece is still fairly obtainable for most people. This one here is has a higher premium on it because it's a family of Eagles privy, and that's not typical. I think I sold this one for about 190. Like I said, I picked up this Kookaburra for 168. You can pick up 1/10 of an ounce American Gold Eagles for 167 with today's prices. This $2.50 pre-33 gold piece. This is a 1928, I think. Let me just, yeah, 1929. This has a little bit more than 1/10 of an ounce of gold. I think it's 0.123 troy ounces or something like that. Melt value on these is about 195. So I mean, these smaller pieces are fairly obtainable for most people. Even if you can't purchase one every single month, you can save up and buy every other month. Most pricing at today's spot price is 165 to 190 for 1/10 of an ounce of gold. And I feel like that's fairly obtainable. And if you still don't feel that's obtainable, I'm sure I can look through your budget and find things that you can cut from that you don't really need and that would save you money to be able to purchase those items. Even if you are unable to purchase gold by the ounce, I think fractional gold is an excellent and next best option. And even if you can buy it by the ounce, I think that every stacker should have some fractional gold in his or her stack. Tell me, what do you think of everything I brought up? What are your opinions on it? Do you have a favorite fractional piece in your stack? You know where to put it. Let me know in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. This is Campbell's Coins, and that is my 2 cents.